many years now, Bengaluru's exponential growth has posed a problem to the authorities who are struggling to keep up with its ever-expanding ambitions. This is very evident in the fact that oftentimes there is little to no coordination among various civic agencies, be it traffic commotion outside a new commercial establishment or BWSSB digging up a newly laid BBMP road. These conflicts keep showing up on the streets. One such example is the recently opened up Mall of Asia on the busy Ballari Road. During the Christmas season, there was heavy footfall inside and an equally heavy traffic congestion on the service road outside the mall, much to the outrage of the public.
Basically, because of the lack of parking facilities to cater to that amount of crowd, there was a huge queuing up to enter the mall, and this queuing just basically then stacked up to the Batranpura junction, which is a very heavy junction, and that had an offset on the main road on the below the flyover. I think that caused a huge amount of congestion on 24th evening.
And sir, what about the parking facilities there? Because a lot of people also complained that they couldn't get enough parking there. So,
yeah, so what has happened, I think what we see is on peak hours on weekends, there's a huge inflow of people, and most of the people are using the private vehicles, both two-wheelers as well as four-wheelers, and there is insufficient parking there right now. After the order was passed by the Commissioner of Police, we had several rounds of meetings with them, and we have worked out a traffic circulation plan in the short term. We have then ensured that cabs as for pickup and drop-off, as well as autos, are allowed inside, and the drop-off happens there. So generally what happens is during pickup, you're waiting for some time, and drop-off also takes about 10 to 20 seconds to drop off everybody. So that again adds to the queuing. So if they're taken inside, the queue length within the premises itself is about 600 to 700 meters, which would reduce that much queue length on the main track, especially on peak hours.
The Mall of Asia currently has a partial occupancy certificate for the areas in which the mall is present. Above it, for the multiplex and the tech park which comes above the multiplex, there is no occupancy certificate issued as yet. However, after the traffic fiasco during Christmas, Police Commissioner B. Dayananda wrote a letter to the BBMP requesting them to withdraw the partial OC given to the mall. On the other hand, the BBMP said that the partial OC could not be withdrawn as all the building bylaws and zonal regulations were followed by the builders.
At the time of approving the building plan, we have to see the building bylaws. In that, if the person is complying, if the proposed building is complying with the standards what they are proposing, we approve it. If they build according to that plan, we have to give the OC. That is how it was given. Later on, when they have changed certain things, for that purpose we have got it again after the police commissioner's letter. We have sent our team to find out the violation. What violations have been found out has been intimated to the police, which has also been intimated to the Honorable Court, I think through the Commissioner of Police. We have also issued a notice to them to comply.
These developments left citizens wondering how this interdepartmental coordination did not happen before the mall opened up.
A lot of residential areas are being used without proper authorization for all these commercial purposes, right? So it starts with one of the agencies, let's say BESCOM or BWSSB, going to a house where an office is now functional and saying, hey, you got a commercial establishment, so convert your building to commercial. Now, a lot of times what it also does is, and BWC or BESCOM are not authorized to sort of call these guys commercial because they're not authorized. So instead of talking with BBMP about it, they go ahead and change the meter to a commercial meter. Now, a lot of times the owners, I think, would see this as some sort of a formal acceptance of the fact that their offices and or commercial establishments are authorized. While I think there's been a fairly good mechanisms put in place for departments to work with one another, in reality, for different reasons, be it, ego clashes or otherwise, they do not end up talking to one another. iChange Indiranagar, as far as possible, tries to work with these agencies right from the inception of a large project to try to see that there is coordination and each one of them actually do what they are supposed to be doing. Having said that, it's not that we've always succeeded, but we continue to work in that space with these agencies.
Apart from Mall of Asia, there are several other locations in the city where the lack of coordination between civic agencies is quite evident. Experts call Outer Ring Road to be one such location, as huge tech parks came up there without adequate public transport and a traffic mobility plan. Not just commercial areas, even residential areas have been battling such issues for a long time now.
When such big projects come up, which have both residential office space as well as a commercial retail space, there invariably is congestion, at least when it starts off. From our end, we are proposing that a traffic mobility plan be included as a part of the project while sanctioning the plan itself. We are recommending to the government to make it a part of the policy.
So we had a provision of having a mobility plan till 2011. After that, since it was not officially made the part of the building bylaw, it could not be pursued. Now we have to bring this through an amendment in our building bylaws, that there has to be a mobility plan for any commercial or industrial establishment which is above certain square meters or square feet, and accordingly we will have to get that plan, and through a committee of experts we will have to get the approval.
In a constantly developing city like Bengaluru, new commercial establishments and new infrastructure projects keep popping up every day. We have to wait and watch if such situations arise again, or if there will be better coordination among civic agencies. For more such news reports, follow The Hindu.